So I'm on a little overnight camping trip right now. I'm on Manaway Reservoir, which is a reservoir about half an hour from where I live. I was going to test out a little inflatable boat here, but got a hole in it right as I was getting into it, so I've pulled out the kayak. Oh, by the way, I have a kayak. It's a Pelican Trailblazer 100. It's a great little kayak, I really like it. And it was only like $180. With tax, it was under $200 at Dick's Sporting Goods, so a pretty darn good deal. This is my first time here, and it's really nice. It's very peaceful. It's a beautiful day. Just a good day to be outside and on the water. Alright, I'm up in the mountains now looking for a campsite. I've gone down a couple of dirt roads, haven't really found anything that tickles my fancy yet. I've been driving down this road, but have come to kind of an impasse. Got some wood here and then a bunch of snow further on, so I think this is the end of the road for me. There is a campsite just over here, and I've passed a few campsites that are acceptable. I really wanted one with a view, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that. But I'll drive around a bit and let's see what I can find. I found a campsite. I actually came back to that spot near the end of the road. I found another spot that I liked, but there were too many bugs there. It was in kind of a depression and there were a lot of bugs. This spot here, there are also bugs here, but it's a bit more exposed. There's a bit more wind here, a bit of a breeze, so that should help keep the bugs at bay a little bit. I've already gotten a couple of mosquito bites I can feel, so I need to go put my jacket on and some long pants. But this is a nice spot. This is really peaceful, and basically this trip, you know, some of my little camping trips are to go see a historical site or to go see, you know, something that's particularly cool or interesting or beautiful. On this trip, I kind of just wanted to get up into the mountains, and so I feel good being out here. It's very nice, it's peaceful. I'm probably at 7,000 feet, 7,500 feet. Like I said, there's still snow out here, but the temperature is pretty nice. I'm gonna get settled in a little bit. I want to show you guys some of the new gear that I've gotten recently. So first and foremost, there's the kayak. Like I said before, this is the Pelican Trailblazer 100. This is a cheap kayak, as in inexpensive, but I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I've always wanted a kayak and I finally just decided to get one. It is so much fun, guys. Yes, I do have a couple of inflatable boats, of small inflatable boats and pack rafts, but it's so much easier to paddle the kayak. It just glides through the water, slices right through the water. The small inflatable rafts have their place, you know, you can stick them in your car, you can go hiking with them, but the kayak is just really fun to have on water if you want to cover a lot of ground. It's the kayak from another angle. I also got these kayak rack holder things. These were the cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. They were like $27 or $30 or something like that, and they came with the straps here. I'll do another video in the future about the kayak and show you the accessories that I have for it and everything like that, but until then, just know that I really like it and I highly recommend it if you're thinking about getting one, if you're on the fence about getting one. It's a lot of fun. And one of the things that I ordered is a cover for the cockpit part so that you know, rain and stuff won't get inside of it, and so that I can get a little bit better gas mileage. Apparently it makes a little bit of a difference. Man, I've already gotten bitten so many times by mosquitoes. This is terrible. There are a lot of downed trees and tree limbs near my campsite. Must have been relatively recent too, because this tree that's downed, it's still green. You can see the end of it here just snapped off of this point here of this tree. And then there are lots of smaller pieces, lots of smaller branches. Over here there are a couple of treetops, so must have been a pretty bad windstorm here at some point in the not too distant past. This is the new cooler that I got a few days ago. This is the Coleman Extreme. This is the 52 quart size. It's a pretty big cooler for just one person. You're supposed to put about 40 pounds of ice in it. That's the optimal amount. I'll show you what I have in there now. Just a bag of ice, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's some cans over there, some fizzy water cans. I bought this mainly for the big summer trip that I'm going to be going on this year. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in pretty warm places, so I wanted a cooler that I could take on the road with me that would hold a lot of ice. I mentioned several videos ago that I wanted to get a GoPro. Problem is the GoPros are pretty expensive, so I ended up getting a fake GoPro, and it's basically a GoPro. It records in 1080p and 4K. It has a screen on the back. It comes with this waterproof housing, among other accessories. The footage from the lake earlier today, that was done on this. It's not incredible quality, but it's pretty darn good for a little waterproof camera. And it was only $80, that's the best part. One thing that I forgot to bring on this trip that I really like is that the camera comes with a wrist strap. It has a couple of buttons on it. So there's a button for taking pictures and a button for starting and stopping video. And I really like the ability to remotely control the camera. Not only can I use this as an action camera, but I can also use it as a dash cam. I will insert some footage here that I've recorded with it. I can face it forward so that it shows the road ahead of me, or I can face it backwards so that it shows me when I'm driving. As I'm getting more and more serious about YouTube videos, it's helpful to add an extra camera here and there. You can also see here the bins that I added a few videos ago. I've got just a few things in each one of them. None of them are full, but it's a really great way to store things for the camping trips. I'm really happy with it. This is a bag I made to hold wet things, muddy things, trash, or anything else that I don't want to put inside my car. I made this to hold it, and it attaches just around the rear door here with a couple of straps and buckles. And I'm really happy with it. Works really well. It doesn't move an inch, doesn't budge when I'm driving. It's got a couple of drain holes here on the bottom. Got a nice waterproof roll top closure. UV resistant fabric, waterproof fabric. Really happy with it. There is some trash around here on the campsite that I'm gonna be packing out. I wish I had one of those, you know, those like grip things. It's long and there's a handle on one end, and then there's the pincher on the other end. I wish I had one of those to pick up the trash that's out here. Maybe I'll get one of those before my next trip. I've spent the last couple of hours getting settled in and recording a video, which you will have already seen by now. It will have been last week's video. Now I'm just walking along the dirt road that I couldn't drive on because of the snow. I've been in this area before. One of my little side hobbies is to hike to the highest point in each county in Utah. And one of the county high points is just along this road and then up a hill a little bit. So I have been here before, and so if I remember right, there's a meadow further up ahead here, so I'm walking toward that meadow to see what it's like now. I've been walking for about maybe 30 minutes now. This is the road, and this is the mountain that I climbed up last year. I think it's called Bridger Peak. Here's the trail that goes up to the top. The meadow is somewhere over here. It might actually be a pond at this time of year. I'm not sure if it's a meadow, but let's go check it out. Really, really, really pretty. I think Idaho is either right here, this is the state line, or maybe just a little bit further. It's getting later now. I'm back from my little walk down the road. Anyway, it's about 8:20 p.m. I'm going to relax now, and I'm not going to vlog anymore tonight. So I'll see you in the morning. It is now morning, and I slept well. I'm gonna head back down now. I have some cookies that I've been nibbling on. I have some fruit left for breakfast. I have a banana, an apple, and a peach, I think. There are a couple of things I might want to see and do on the way back. But yeah, I had a nice little stay at this campsite, and it's time to move on. I'm down the road a little bit from camp, and this is the view that I wanted to get. These are the Bear River Mountains. Very pretty area here in northern Utah. I'm up here at Tony Grove Lake. This is a really popular area in the summer. It's really pretty. Kind of a little basin up here, and there are trails going out to different places. I came up here because I thought it'd be fun to take the kayak out onto Tony Grove Lake, which is a lake up here at the trailhead near the parking area. But the lake is still mostly frozen. I guess I could put the kayak in right here, but I think I'll just come back in a month or so and see what it's like. I was up here last summer and did some hiking. I'll post some pictures. I climbed a few of the highest mountains in the area, and it's just a gorgeous spot. There was even, I think I was here in like late August or early September, and there's a sinkhole. I found a sinkhole, a natural sinkhole with ice in it, even at the end of August or beginning of September. It's this neat year-round ice cave. I think I'm gonna head home now unless I find something else that's interesting to go check out. This was a fun little trip. It's nice to get away, get up into the mountains, escape the heat. I mean, it was like 92 or 93 degrees when I left town, and it's definitely not that up here, so it's nice to just get away for a couple of days. There is one more thing I found that I wanted to show. So the road through Logan Canyon is behind me here. That's the road I've been driving down. And there's this really cool cave with water coming out of it. The main river is out here on the other side of the road. This is called Rick's Spring. Usually, like I've seen pictures, it's just like a little pool and then a trickle. But now, the river is so high, the water is so high, that, I mean, it's a raging river bubbling up out of the cave there. There's caution tape up over the little bridge. As I understand it, there's also an underground cave there. And when the river, well, when the water isn't crazy like this, people go down and go scuba diving into the cave. Pretty neat. I think that'll do it for this video and for this adventure. I'm gonna head home now, so hope you enjoyed watching it, hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching.